What's up, people? Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I seem dark today. Do I seem dark right now? I seem kind of dark. I'm lighten things up a little bit. There we go. A little better. Lighting looks moody. I didn't even notice this earlier. It looks kind of moody. Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Tuesday to everybody except for Brian S. Red. I thank you all for being here. I got a good one for you today. Lots of stuff to talk about and whatnot. I appreciate, as always, you guys joining me every Tuesday at noon for this little thing I do. Had quite the eventful weekend. Well, before I even start with that, before my weekend started last week, it was on Wednesday, late Wednesday night, I finally got the special delivery, people. I am on my new MacBook now, and I'm very excited. It took like 2 months to come in, and I got a couple questions from you guys, and I figured I'd just give you my 2 cents real quick on it. You know, this is my new machine. We're streaming on it right now. It is amazing. These are the specs I got. So I got the M1 Pro Max, 64 gigs of RAM, 2 terabyte hard drive. So I didn't max out the hard drive, but maxed out everything else. I needed the speed. So would I recommend this MacBook? So, should I get it? I think personally, I wouldn't get it to DJ. I think it's overkill. This thing is a beast. And it's super thick and heavy, too. Like, it must weigh like 10 pounds. It's like it reminds me of like a 2009 MacBook Pro. It's literally that thick, no joke. Because it's a supercomputer, I guess. So they got to fit all the shit in there, and they got to fit the ports. They said, screw it. We'll give them the ports back, but we're going to make this shit thick again. You know what I mean? Maybe I'll just lighten up the brightness right here. Hold on. There we go. A little better. My orangeness is bothering me. Maybe a little less on the saturation, huh? There we go. But anyway, so would I recommend this thing? I think it's the greatest computer on earth, especially if you're a Mac person. Obviously, it's the fastest one to ever come out, and it's so quick. Like, I'm using this for video editing, photo editing, streaming to you guys, doing all this stuff. I wanted a really, really good computer finally. I was using a base model 15-inch before 2019, which, it ain't shit. It was, I did anything on here. I hear the fans going, all that. So I needed this for that. But to DJ with, I think it's overkill, honestly. I mean, you can get it and it'll rip any DJ program. I mean, if you video DJ too, I'm sure it'll be like crazy smooth, but I have a 2020, 13 with it's basically, Intel, all that. It rips. I mean, there's no problem. I know people that DJ on 2011s have no problem. So I don't know if it's good to DJ with, especially since it's so big and so heavy and hard to carry around, but something to consider. I mean, for everything else, it's the shit. I mean, I definitely highly recommend, but I don't know. I feel like so many DJs are jumping to buy this thing and spending a couple grand for a DJ computer. I mean, you're future-proofing yourself, that's for sure. But at the end of the day, we're still just playing music, so I don't know. Wouldn't recommend it for that, but that's the specs I got. This is the computer I got. I'm on it now. I can do a lot more stuff with the show, which I'm very excited about, graphic-wise and everything, so lots of stuff to come with that. But anyway, let's talk about the weekend. So Thursday, I started my weekend early. I went to Philly. I DJ'd at a place called Ubon. It's a club, and it was like a special event they had with this influencer. It was pretty cool. Then on Friday, I went up and DJ'd at the Mule, Lakeside Manor. Had a wedding. Great time. Then after Friday, on Saturday, I had me a holiday party. So 3 different types of events this weekend. So I went to Ryland Inn for the holiday party, way up kind of North Jersey, and then came down and was also a good time. So I think this will be an interesting episode because, I had 3 different type of events. Usually it's all weddings, right? We talk a lot about weddings, but I had 3 completely night and day different events this weekend. All of them were their own little thing. So definitely interesting. So we'll start with Ubon. So I was at Ubon. So this was the event. A lot of people, especially Dave, hit me up, busting my balls. All right, so the guy on the poster is the guest bartender. If you haven't heard of this, a lot of times in the cities, what they've been doing, is they'll bring in an influencer. They don't bartend at all, you know what I mean? But they bring in some type of influencer. They have some type of event, and they'll have the influencer as the guest bartender. They show them the basics of bartending so they can kind of mix, basic drinks and stuff like that. And then it's just a fun novelty thing to have someone that you follow or you're a fan of or something, be the bartender back there and, hey, what's up? And make you a drink and all that. So that's what they're doing here. And, of course, I post a poster and it's like, whoa, they're putting a bartender on the poster before the DJ? Whoa, Must like Nick, you loser. So, and I get it. Funny, very funny. Whatever. Okay. Still cool. Happy to be a part of it. I'm trying to do more club stuff. I love events like this because, gigs like this, it's just it makes me have to really dig, and it's just a whole new challenge for me, and it's different music than I ever get to play. Now, how I prepared for this, similar to the way I prepare to other stuff, but I had to dig really deep, and I want to show you guys a couple examples and a couple things I did in particular that was different from like when I talked about preparing for Penn State's club or a bar or something like that. Now, this is how I organized my crates, first of all. So it was a 5-hour event, so it was 9 to 2, and these were my thoughts, right? I wanted to make a chill crate. Usually I just do early and late, but for this in particular, I made a chill crate. This crate was for if early on, you know what I mean? There's not a lot of people there. There's only 2-3 people there, nobody there, right? I was figuring we're starting at 9. It's so early for a club that like there's probably going to be some downtime that first hour. It's probably going to be kind of empty. And I don't want to play like, waste any good stuff, even the good early opener stuff. And at the same time, it's kind of awkward. You don't want to play stuff that's like too hype when there's nobody in the room. It's just weird. It gets awkward, right? So I made this folder. And I will say the only thing I wish I did different with this was I wish I expanded this folder because I needed it. I was right, but I didn't have enough in there. I think I had like 20 solid songs. And when I talk about like I want to give you guys an example, like I don't know, Better Now by Post Malone, or what's that one song? Oh, shibbity shibbity up. Whoa, that Shine song, like shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it's a bop, and it's like a, like a 70 something, 80 BPM. Like it's a bop. You'll know the song, but like it's not two-steppable in my opinion, or it's a very slow two-step, like stuff like that. Like that fits in with, like for me, that fits in when you have an empty space. You don't have like a lot of people there and whatnot, so it's not awkward. You're not playing like, oh, calm down, bro. Like there's nobody here yet, but you still got some like music that people can kind of sway to. So that was my chill folder. Early on, all two-steppable, recognizable tracks, but not like peak hour, not like the hot shit, but like, the older hot shit, obviously. Late is all the hot shit, all your peak hour, basic stuff. And then new was a lot of tracks I found that I thought would go off, but I wasn't sure. I haven't played them yet. You know what I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, I do a lot of weddings, and I'm getting into these club things, and I got to figure some stuff out. It's this is all kind of new to me. So, a lot of tracks that New was filled with DaBaby and all kinds of like tracks I personally love, and I'll play on Twitch or something like that. But like, does it work out? I don't know. I think it would. I was hoping it would, but I wasn't sure for sure. So I kept those separate. And the reason why I kept those separate is, I would sprinkle those in, and with the whole game plan of like having a backup. So like I would go to the new, but then I would be in the late folder ready to go in case like one of my news didn't work. And then I can play something that's proven, a proven peak hour track and like keep it pushing, So that's how I kind of like sprinkled that in. But most of the tracks in my new actually did work. So, and that worked out. I mean, it's cool. Like, it was so much fun. Like, Philly is like such a dialed in crowd. Like, they know it. Like, I played a couple songs that came out within like a week or two, and they knew it. Like, they were bopping. And I was like, wow. So, I had so much fun with that. Another thing I did, though, so basically, this is how I organize my crates. Now, research and music, I already have like a bar and club like folders and stuff, you know what I mean? Just from past, and we talked about on the show, right? I have all these crates and I have tons of stuff in there. But for Philly, I wanted to, I know I could always fall back on that, but like I wanted to, look up a lot of like specific things just for Philly, Philly artists, Philly type music, and then just like deeper stuff that I know like Philly people would like. And, and I want to discover new stuff too. So I did a couple things. Number one, I perused this guy's profile. So this is the person who was like the guest bartender. His name's Will Toms. Really cool guy. He actually founded this thing called Rec Philly, and it's like this recreational center in Philly. And they record podcasts there. You can rent space. It's just all about just like creating. Like it's like all these creative spaces. It's so cool. I'm actually going to go tour it tomorrow. So shout out to him. All that, it's so cool. It's so cool. I didn't even really hear about this stuff until now. So that's super cool. But anyway, I perused his profile and I looked at like one thing I did do is I if he posted a reel or something or any one of his posts that he used like an actual real song, I added that song to my playlist. And then like, if it was a song by an artist I didn't really know, I dug deep into that artist, looked at what their top tracks were. I really utilized Setlist.fm, which I want to show you guys real quick. Like, look at this. Ready? So, I'm looking at my MacBook there. So Setlist.fm, this is something that Digital Dave told us about on the show, right? So I literally learned about this live on the show when I had Digital Dave on here. And it's the Setlist Wiki. So what this is, I want to actually physically show you guys this because this is like a game changer for me. You basically look up any artist, tour, whatever. So let's say Kanye West, right? You look this up. You go artist statistics here. And then it gives you, based on all the shows they played throughout their entire career, how many times they played each song, a list in order of which songs they play the most when they're on tour. And this is insanely valuable because obviously the artists are playing the songs that, like, obviously the artists are playing the songs that the people want to hear, and there's so many songs on these lists that like weren't necessarily on the radio, weren't necessarily like, a Billboard top hit, but people who like that artist love those songs. So I discovered so many like new songs that way, just like doing reverse searches on artists and whatnot, artists I found on his profile. I also looked up a couple of my favorite like Philly DJs, Matthew Law is a really good DJ from Philly, Cosmo Baker. So I'm looking at Sat One, I'm looking at theirs and I'm listening to their sets and, oh yeah, I forgot about this artist, forgot about this song, you know what I mean? And then digging more into that artist, finding like deeper Joe Budden or, like all kinds of stuff, So that's kind of how I got into these rabbit holes and I created these crates and I just added. I knew it was a 5-hour set, so I figured 1 minute per music. So I shot to have 300 songs in all these crates. And I figured if I had 300 songs in all these crates all together, plus all my bar and club lists, I was good to go. I was never going to run out of shit to play and I could definitely keep it moving. I wouldn't have to move too slow or whatever. And, and it worked out really, really, really good. So I don't know. That's how I prepped for that. Call me a psycho, but, I wanted to do a good job and it was fun. And I discovered so much more music. I'm going to play a lot of it on Twitch tonight. I have these crazy crates now. So, DJs, if you get a new challenge, just go all in, do the work. Cause like now I'm going to have these crates forever, and it's worth it. If I would have won it, like I probably would have did okay, but like, it wouldn't have been, I played a lot of stuff that I feel like was like more like kind of outside the box, more like in their realm where it was kind of like, oh shit, like I'm surprised he even knows this kind of thing, So that's what it's all about, people. But anyway, so that was Thursday night. Great time. Then I had a wedding at the Mule. Very fun wedding. Very fun wedding. Not much to talk about. I will say that, speaking about like weddings and stuff like that, I was hearing a lot, like there was a couple of comments people were having because we're getting into like holiday party season and, with tough crowds, holiday parties can be like real tough, it can get awkward with like, I don't know, I guess work people or whatever. And like what to do when people won't dance and like, how to handle all this sort of thing. I've been seeing a lot of stuff in like DJ groups this time of year. And it's always like that because holiday parties are tough. I'm going to talk about my holiday party. But I will say one thing, when it comes to mixing or when it comes to DJing in general, and I've said this in the past, if you run into a crowd that's tough, right? You're at a holiday party or even a wedding or whatever, and you run into a crowd that's, just not dancing up front, you're having like a hard time. There's one golden rule, okay? That you got to live by. One golden rule. And that is you got to do what you do best. You got to just do what you do best. What I mean by that is if you're a good mixer, put your head down and mix and just keep it pushing, okay? If you're a great MC, if you're an interactive DJ, then get your ass on the dance floor, start teaching some dances, start interacting. You got to just do what you do best. If there's no other factors contributing to people not dancing, right? It's not dessert time. They're not serving something. There's not something going on somewhere, right? It's literally dinner's done, desserts, everything's done. It's dancing time. And nobody's dancing or you're having trouble getting people to dance, there's nothing else to do but to just do what you do best. So for me, like I put my head down and mix. In these situations, I don't hold anything back. I play the best possible thing I can. Like I think of, all right, what's the best possible song to go next right now? Like no matter what, no saving any songs. And I mix quickly until I find their hot buttons and shit. Because you don't want to give people a reason to leave the dance floor. If there's only 8 people on the dance floor, they're already kind of putting themselves out there. Everyone can see them. They're not like hidden in the crowd, by a bunch of other people. So it's like you can't tell. Like they can be singled out because there's only 8 people. So a lot of times these people are looking for any reason to leave the dance floor, And if you take too long to mix a song, you go into that second or third verse, in my opinion, that could be a reason for them to leave. But if you keep giving them banger after banger after banger, you're going to build the dance floor and you're not going to give them a reason to leave. They're going to, the second they start to think, maybe I'll get a drink. Oh, shit, I like this song too. Right? Oh, shit, and this song. Oh, shit. And you keep them there. And then that's how you build. So you just put your head down and mix. There's really no secret other than that. And if you're a great MC, then get your ass out there and start interacting. It depends what, because for me, I wouldn't do that. I could do that. It's not my thing. I don't like doing it, number one. And number two, I tell my couples, like, that's how I sell myself. Listen, I am really into DJing and mixing. I'm not the type of DJ that's like on the mic all the time, or, I'm not a super interactive MC, especially when dancing starts. I kind of just mix. I'll sprinkle in, I'll pump up the crowd here and there. But other than that, I'm just throwing down. And that's what I tell my couples. And that's, they want that. So that's why they hire, you know what I mean? So I can't, that's not an option for me. So me, I just mix, throw down. And I'm telling you, every single time it works. Like if you'll figure out what they like. People know they expect to dance at a wedding. They expect to dance at these like holiday parties and stuff like that. You just gotta just trust in the music. That's it. Sounds simple, but trust me. Okay. I've been seeing all these messages everywhere. And I mean, it might take you 5-10 minutes of being awkward. Not a lot of people out there, but trust me, you'll slowly build it up. And then before you know it, bang, you got a packed dance floor. But speaking about holiday parties, let's talk about these holiday parties. I had one this weekend. This one was crazy. Such a crazy concept. So this, because I want to give you guys like, a tip with holiday parties, but it doesn't apply to the one I had, of course. Like there's always, there's always nothing, there's no absolutes here, right? But my holiday party was a layup. A complete layup. It was like the easiest holiday party of all time. This is what this company does, okay? This company, I'm pretty sure they rent out an entire hotel, right? Because everyone stays at the same hotel. Then they bus them. They have shuttles that bring them to the venue. It's a nice venue. It was at Ryland Inn, right? They had it was an hour and a half cocktail hour, but they got there early and started drinking early. So it was almost a 2-hour cocktail hour, open bar, all they can drink, right? Then they come into the room. They have a full course, like meal, everything. Like they have a big stations, dinner, everything, and open bar the entire time, drink, right? Then afterwards, they bus them back to the hotel, and there's an after party after the hotel. They're told about it. There's the regular party, and then there's the after party, and the after party has a pizza truck and hooting karaoke and all this shit, and they keep drinking. So it's just a marathon. Plus, like they all have a hotel room, and everyone gets bussed there and bussed back. It was the most layup party ever because everyone's wasted. Like, why wouldn't you? It's like a work field trip. You know what I mean? Like it was like a piece of cake. Everyone was wasted. So the second I started dancing, everyone dancing. I just played the songs I wanted to hear, and I had a great time. So it was the easiest holiday party ever. Most holiday parties aren't like that. Okay, now this one doesn't count. But I want to talk to you about holiday parties and what the main deciding factor is, like if you're going to have a hard time or not, okay? A lot of people don't talk about this, and I think this is very important. It's it's probably 95% correct, okay, except for my last example, of course, but 95% correct. When it comes to holiday parties and corporate events in general, and in relation to dancing and how good the party's going to be, it all depends on spouses. Are the spouses there or not? This should be a question you should ask. Always, always, always. Are spouses invited? Will spouses be there? This makes a very, very big difference. Very big difference. And it'll let you know what you're pretty much in for. Unless, for example, everyone's getting bussed there and it's like a 5-hour open bar with an after party and just a complete shit show. Unless that happens, okay? Why I say spouses. If spouses are there, the parties are a lot different. They're not as good sometimes, okay? Spouses being there adds a whole nother element, okay? Instead of just, hanging out with all your work buddies and letting loose and whatever, Well, everyone has their spouse there. So it's like, okay, she has to be introduced. Maybe she doesn't know a lot of people. There's that awkwardness. You can't leave her alone because she doesn't know anybody there. She only knows you or maybe your boss or a couple of your close work friends, and that's it. So it gets really cliquey with spouses there. It's only, people that have their spouses tend to hang out with other people that they know personally, and that's it. So it's super kind of cliquey. It's not like all together. People get, if their spouse is there, they might not get as drunk, maybe. There's so many little factors with the spouse being there. If the spouses aren't invited and it's a strict company party with no spouses whatsoever, it's typically a better party. Just because they let loose. The spouse isn't there. They're all together. Everyone knows each other as a whole. If it's like a, small, medium-sized company, obviously, there's no absolutes, okay? But I'm just saying, generally speaking, everybody knows each other. So now everyone will dance because everybody kind of knows each other. You know what I mean? It gets awkward with dancing when nobody knows each other, when it's like cliquey, when only, these people here know each other and these people here know each other. And, they're all kind of hanging, that's the biggest factor. If you know that spouses aren't invited, it's going to be 100% work party, then you have a really good chance of like having a great party and getting them to throw down and let loose and everything. Cause it's like a work field trip for them. You know what I mean? Like they don't get to hang out a lot of times, especially the entire company as a whole. You don't get to hang out with the entire company outside of work usually, and this is something that, you get to drink and, hang out. There's no responsibilities, nothing, it's just picture yourself if you worked for a company or if you, when you were in school and did a field trip, that sort of thing, right? Outside of school, you're all hanging out. It's like, oh my God, it's like fun, like same concept. But the spouses come, it could put a wrench into the whole thing, Now, a couple things to think about with spouses. If the spouses are there, another reason why I ask is I'll play slow songs, right? I will play a slow song or two if spouses are there because everyone's going to have someone to dance with. If there's no spouses, I play no slow songs. No point. It's awkward, right? That's just awkward. You're literally starting things off on an awkward foot. You just go right into dancing at that point. Good thing with holiday parties, you want to get dancing started is that group photo trick that a lot of us do, right? I rarely do it at weddings, but for holiday parties, I think it's a great idea, especially if they have a photographer, because you get a group shot of the whole, everyone at the holiday, everybody at the company and everything, and then you just drop a banger and you keep it pushing. Everyone dance. I did this past weekend. It worked out great. They had a photographer there, and yeah, so you basically gather everybody up. They do the group photo, and then hands up, and then you just drop a banger, and then go, and then keep mixing. No slow songs, okay? Don't make it awkward. You play a slow song, they're going to look, do we, like, none of our spouses are here, and you'll have a couple goofy people dancing with each other that, are unlikely couples or whatever, but, like, just keep that in mind, okay? But always ask that question before you do holiday parties. I think it's really, really important question to ask. Let you know what you're in for, let you know what you can play, everything else. And if the spouses are there, you just got to work a little extra harder. Every song matters, even during dinner. Get people to vibe. Get people to drink a little more. If they drink a little more, they're going to loosen up, and then you're going to have a little better success later on when you try and get them to dance. So that's my best advice for holiday parties. I wish you all the luck. We're definitely in the thick of the season right now. Lots of holiday parties during the week. I got one this Tuesday. All kinds of random stuff. So, but anyway, so random, okay? So random. But I had 3 different DJ spouses hit me up saying, hey, like, I know that, like my husband, or, wife, like, follows you, and I need gift ideas. Like, can you help me out? Like, I don't know what to get this guy. So, it's so random. Like, I never thought, like, oh, anyway, so it's cool. So, let's talk about some gifts, okay? Christmas is coming up in 11 days, and you got a DJ to buy for. If you are a DJ watching this might be some ideas for you to get for yourself. Or, I'm going to release this as a highlight, and you want to, like, on the sly share it with your significant other, a little hint, feel free to do so. But this is basically, a quick list, nothing too expensive. There's only like one expensive thing. A lot of things I've talked about before, and then a couple last-minute gifts as well. That will work, if you're kind of shopping last minute here. So, number 1, gravity clips. I got links for everything in the description too, by the way. Gravity clips are the shit. They're for your wires. You don't got to use tape no more. Keep your wires nice and clean. The little plastic things, I think they're $6 for 2 of them or something like that. Super cheap, easy stocking stuffer. And I keep these on. I leave them on my speaker poles. So I have like my speaker poles that go on top of my subs, and then I got my speaker stands. So I have 2 on each stand, 2 on each pole. Keeps my wires nice and clean. They stay on there, easy peasy, and it's way faster than taping too. You just tuck it right in there. So cable cuffs are the greatest thing on earth. If you don't use them, oh man, get a pack. They have variety packs. They come in all different sizes. They're super easy to use. They're also great for groceries if you're carrying in groceries from the supermarket. But I literally have a cable cuff for every single wire I own, and it really keeps everything organized. They're cheap. You get like a variety pack. I think it's like $40 or $30 for the whole variety pack, but like there's like mad of them. You know what I mean? And little plastic things. I can never have enough of these. I ask for them every year for Christmas, and yeah, great stocking stuffer. Tracking devices are very, 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 very important. If you're a DJ, or if you're a DJ, or you know a DJ and they don't have this, this is a must buy. I keep one in every bag. I keep one on every keychain I have. Like I have like a truck keychain, and then I have like my car keychain. You can use, so the cool thing with the Apple one, I highly recommend the AirTags because Apple took it to another level. I used to have Tile and stuff, but Apple's app, you do the Find My, and it'll literally give you like an arrow direction. You can find your keys. So I don't even look for my keys anymore. Like if I need my keys, I just like go on the Find My app and I just follow the arrow. Like why even like go, I used to go through the whole house 10 times, like looking for my keys. Can't find this. Like I always lose my keys. And same thing with your DJ bag. If your DJ bag grows legs, put that thing deep in there somewhere. You're going to have a tracking device. You're going to be able to find, where they're at. And then, let them know what's up. Get that bag back. If you're a DJ or you know someone doesn't use these, this is a must, for everything. You never have to lose your trailer keys or your truck keys or your DJ bag again. They work great, and they last forever, too. I don't know if these battery will ever die, so I don't know. Definitely check out the AirTags. Highly recommend. Another good idea for a DJ is Sticker Mule. If you want to make them custom stickers, steal their logo off their website or something like that. Sticker Mule is my go-to for stickers. I think they're great. I'm not, affiliated with them or whatever, but I just they ship fast. They do high quality stuff, and they always have like deals all the time. And I love Sticker Mule. They do every kind of sticker ever, so that's a fun thing. DJs love stickers. They love like marking their territory. So it's a great idea if you're buying for a DJ. 360 camera is the most expensive one on the list. Okay, I highly recommend, if you're really trying to, blow his socks off if he doesn't own one. I think 360 cameras are like the shit. You can get the coolest photos with them. They essentially take 360 video and photos. So you can they call them like tiny planet photos, like you see here. Like here's an example, right, where it's like it's a super wide angle lens, but it's fit into like that square. So it's like a cool. It's a cool view of like a DJ setup because like DJ setups are more wide and everything else. But it also does 360 video, which I haven't utilized yet. I need to, but a lot of DJs do. They put the camera right next to them while they're recording, while they're doing their set. SK83 does that. 4Color Zach, J Espinoza, they all have like 360 videos they always post. And like you can literally, it records 360 like everywhere. So you can literally just move the camera wherever you want to go. It's like unlimited angles. Like, I don't know, look up 360 video. It is so cool. I don't know I'm not going to recommend a camera. I'm no pro. I don't know. I got the Insta 360 1X. I think they have the 1X2 now. But do research. Figure out which one works best for you. I don't know. But definitely 360 camera in general, they're the shit. Walkie Talkies is a fun one. Okay? Fun little gift you can get your DJ or get yourself. Me and Santi have Walkie Talkies. We use them every once in a while. Are they necessary? No. We could text. I think my Apple Watch has a Walkie Talkie or something on it. I don't know. It's just something about the real thing. You hold the button in and it's something that I like Walkie Talkies. They're fun. It reminds me of when I was like 12. So if you work with an assistant. Or if the DJ you're buying for works with an assistant, and it's a great way to communicate around the venue. If you're doing different setups and everything, and you can have different fun keywords, and or the Eagles has landed, ceremony setup is set up, Roger, and you got to make them say all the right words, and it's fun to me. Whatever, gag gift, but you can get them like $20, $30, $40 for a solid set. I never leave home without this bad boy. This is a 1-foot extension with a flat plug. The plug lays flat on the wall just like this. So it's impossible to take out. Like, you literally have to like pull it out this way. It's a great insurance policy. You know, one of the worst things that can happen while you're DJing is getting the power pulled, and this prevents that greatly. So I gaff tape this bad boy to the end of all my extension cords. So I use this plug. This plug is always the plug that goes direct into the wall, so I never have to worry about anything coming out. And if you really want to insurance yourself, put a little piece of gaff tape on top of this flat plug. So you got a flat plug plus a piece of gaff tape on it. Impossible. You'll never lose power again. Now, let's say it's last minute, because it's already borderline last minute. And, you know, with shipping and everything right now, it's kind of a pain in the ass to get anything. So let's say you need something last minute. You know, you got no time. Christmas is tomorrow. What am I going to get this person? I got 2 fantastic gifts that you can get last minute, okay? 2 fantastic gifts. You could buy this second and you'll be good to go. And your DJ is going to be happy as shit. Number 1, Masterclass. Masterclass is crazy. It is the craziest thing ever. There's an app. Just download the app or whatever. You can buy individual classes. I think they're like 80. I should have researched prices. I don't even have the price. I think you buy the individual class is like $80, $90, something like that, okay, for one class. Or you can get a subscription to all their classes for, I think it's double that. I think it's like $160 or $200 for the year. And then you get like every class they have. Now, Masterclass has taught me so much. It's insane. I mean, everything from, you know, Gordon Ramsay has 2 cooking classes to Persuasion with Daniel Pink to, negotiations with, I forget that dude's name. He's like this lead negotiator from the FBI. Super interesting psychological stuff. Questlove has a DJ masterclass, and he really dives in like how he finds music and how he creates different sets and stuff like that. That has helped me greatly. You know, there's master classes on video editing and taking photos and anything. Training your dog. There's a master class of the best dog trainer on earth. There's literally a master class for everything. It's insane. Everybody that teaches master classes on this platform are the best of the best. Like, they're the best at what they do. You know, poker, Daniel Negreanu, the singing with Christina Aguilera, you name it. Like, you know, making beats with Timbaland. You can learn how to produce with Timbaland. It's insane. I've learned so much. It's something that you can get last minute, download right away. You know, either one class, just get him the Questlove class and give him a taste, and then maybe he'll dive more into it. Or if you want to give him the whole suite and have everything. But it's a great gift idea, something that I use all the time, and it's insane how it'll pay for itself. Like, literally insane. I can't tell you how many things I've learned from Masterclass. So definitely check that out. And the other thing, this isn't instant, but depending on like the person, you can get it pretty quick. I mean, usually it's like a day or 2 tops, right? So if you do it too close to Christmas, maybe they're going to be busy, but Cameo is the shit. So if you don't know what Cameo is, cameo.com is a place where you can go and you can get celebrities and influencers and any type of like person who's kind of like famous, I guess, to, you know, anybody that sign on with them, that is, to give you custom messages. They also do they'll do a Zoom call with you. You can schedule Zoom calls. You can schedule like business, like advertisements. But generally speaking, for the cheapest thing you could do is just have them say something. So you're like, hey, listen, you know, you can get a Cameo for somebody's birthday or Christmas or, you know, whatever. But what I like to use it for is DJ drops. We're all DJs here, you know. We're all always looking for a cool drop, you know, someone famous to say our name, you know, in a mix, or say, hey, what's up, whatever, you know, give them a little message about how you DJ. And a lot of them would be down to do that. And you can get the craziest cameos. Like, sometimes they're cheap, you know, sometimes a little more expensive, depending on what you want to spend. Maybe you go on there and, you know, whoever DJ you're buying for, it's like their favorite artist ever or favorite celebrity ever is like on there doing cameos. You can't beat that gift. You know what I mean? That's a gift that keeps on giving. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, I got for this drop, this cost me $20. Okay. For $20, this is what I got.
Hi, this is William Hung from American Idol, and Nick Spinelli is my favorite DJ. Here's a special gift for you. He bangs, oh baby, when he moves, I go crazy cause he looks like a flower and he stings like a bee. Like every guy in history, you bang.
Best $20 I ever spent. Okay? Best $20 I ever spent right there. That's gold. I haven't figured out a routine with it yet. I was thinking about like looping the she bangs, and then like I was looking up like all these like different like songs that say bang in it, you know what I mean? But I couldn't really find anything that's like really like mainstream or something that like made sense. I don't know. There's a routine in there somewhere, and I'm gonna figure it out, but I haven't yet. It's been like forever. I got this like mad long ago. But yeah, so random as hell, right? Who remembers William Hung from American Idol? Like random as hell. I saw him on there for $20. I'm like, yo, $20. Take my money. Like this dude's a legend, you know? So there's all kinds of great stuff on there. So last minute gift, you know, a lot of times and they'll tell you too, right on the Cameo site, you know, answers within 24 hours, you know, 48-hour turnaround time, something like that. Some of them are quick, you know, some of them take a little longer. Some of them are super, you know, you can get Brett Favre to do a message for you. I think it's like $750. Like there's some higher end ones that are mad money. But generally speaking, there's so many good stuff, so much good stuff on there. And it's just a super thoughtful gift, a gift that like, you know, most people won't think of, you know, unless you were, you know, knew about it or were in the industry. So those are my 2 last minute ones for you. Hopefully it helps you out if you're buying for that special DJ, you know, couple stocking stuffers, couple bigger gifts and everything. Because like, you know, the gear thing, it's tough. You know, I don't really recommend, you know, going out and getting them a mixer or something unless you know specifically, you know, what he or she wants, because everybody's different. Everybody uses different programs, different, you know, likes different mixers, likes different speakers or whatever. And, you know, you don't want to go on a whim and say, hey, you know, buy this one like DJ actual gear, and they don't, you know, it's not really their thing. You know, you're better off kind of getting more, you know, generic things like I mentioned, you know, that would work for any DJ that's super useful, thoughtful and whatnot. And, you know, and less expensive. I mean, let's be honest, most DJ gear is like, you know, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 plus. So don't want to have such an expensive holiday. Now, this pretty much concludes the show. Just want to give you a down low real quick of what's going on. So tonight, I'm going to be doing Twitch at 9:30 as per usual. Next week, I will not be doing Twitch. I have a holiday party Tuesday night. So I will be doing that instead. I may stream it. I was like, if I'm already doing a party I got to see what time the party goes till. I think it goes till like, so maybe I'll start at 9. I might stream live at the holiday party. Okay, I may, as long as there's not like any, if they don't make me sound like an NDA or it's something like weird where they don't want me to. Like I'll ask first, but I may stream that live because I think that'll be interesting. You can like see me train wreck. Like live, but I'll let you know. Obviously, so we'll do the show next Tuesday as usual at 12, and then I'll make the final. I'll let you know on next Tuesday if I can pull off like live streaming this bad boy or not to kind of replace my Twitch stream since I'm working. But yeah, other than that, everything else is regular. I'll see you guys all on Twitch tonight too. Definitely follow me on Twitch if you don't already. Twitch.tv/Nick Spinelli. We have a good old time every Tuesday night. I just sing the songs I want to sing, and I got like a lot of new stuff I've discovered for the past couple gigs I had. So I'll have a lot of new stuff to play and whatnot. And yeah, I appreciate you all for joining me. I love you all. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the next one. Peace out.